It's there! Holy moly, this one's going to go big.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. We're going to have some more Fruit Machine emulation for this video, specifically the two machines that you can see in front of you here, which have been released recently over at Desert Island Fruits. We're going to be looking at Impulse's Trailblazer, I'm not going to do it again, and Project Coin's The Heat Is On. And on the subject of Desert Island Fruits, before I get going, I have been asked a few questions in the comments recently on other videos. How do I do this? Where do I get this from? How do I make the emulator do this? Please, folks, get yourselves over to Desert Island Fruits. If you are not already registered at Desert Island Fruits and you've got any interest in Fruit Machine emulation, you really should be. It's just that URL there, dead simple. I'll put a link in the video description. It's just desertislandfruits.com. Recently there, Reg has just added a whole new, well, nice big button that you can click on the front page here. New members, click here, help and guides for MFME. There have been a few new sign-ups at Desert Island Fruits recently. People introducing themselves, saying, oh, I've come to this site via Degsy's YouTube channel, which is nice to see. We're all part of the same scene. So, well, with the best will in the world, I don't mean to be rude, I'm not going to start answering sort of emulatory questions in the comments, because the thing is, as much as anything, if you're wondering something, how do I do this, how do I do that, chances are somebody else out there is thinking the same thing. So rather than just have it buried in the comments on YouTube where, you know, only one person's going to see it probably, ask it out on Desert Island Fruits and you will get an answer. There's a good friendly community over there, and of course there'll be more visibility then because other people will be able to see the same question and answer. So I cannot say that enough. Please, folks, get over to Desert Island Fruits and register there. There are other Fruit Machine emulation sites. You've got Fruit Emu, you've got Dad's FME, and you've got the Mecha, but the best one in the world, I would say that Desert Island Fruits is the main Fruit Machine emulation site at the moment. That's not to say that the other sites don't have their merits, but I would say that this is probably the primary site, the main site. So do get yourself registered over there. If you want to start downloading stuff, accounts are quite restricted in the amount that they can download because Reg has got to kind of keep some kind of control on bandwidth usage. So what you are asked to do is make a donation to the site. At the minute, the donations are all being channeled towards Wizard. You can see there the guy who wrote the emulator, of course, called Wine for Wizard, which is basically what it sounds like. It's everyone's opportunity to buy Wizard a drink, effectively, to say thank you for the emulator. I've certainly tipped a few quid in there to say thank you to Wizard. Ordinarily, that would actually donate towards the site. At the minute, all the money's going towards Wizard. Ordinarily, it goes towards the site itself, and that is just for Reg to try and cover some of his costs. It's not about making money out of it. Nobody makes money out of Fruit Machine emulation. That's the rule. That's the golden rule. None of us are there to make money. We're there for the love of emulation. I've spent money on this channel. I bought hardware and software just to make these videos, which I'm happy to do because it's the love of Fruit Machine emulation. It is the hobby. So no one's trying to make money out of this. Reg is just trying to cover some of his costs. He's still well out of pocket on hosting this site. I've hosted sites myself in the past. It's amazing how the costs can mount up once you start getting any sizable amount of traffic. So if you do want to start downloading in earnest, you will need to make a donation to the site, and that's just to help Reg cover the costs of running it. So that's just the takeaway. Before we get into the machines themselves, please, folks, Desert Island Fruits is the place to go. Get yourself registered over there. If you've got any questions, that's where you get the emulator from, that's where you get the layouts from, and there's this whole forum here. I'll just click on it there. MFME for Newbies help area. Loads of good guides in there that will help you get going, and if the question that you've got isn't already answered, ask a question. There's a friendly community there. You will get an answer. So with that said, just thought I'd get that out of the way up front. Now let's go on to the actual machine. So we've got these two here. I'll do Trailblazer first because Trailblazer has got a little bit of history. It was originally released last year by We Are City. We Are City did a classic layout, and when I saw this announced on the front page of Desert Island Fruits, I was like, oh, brilliant, Wipeout, I can finally play it in the emulator. Great stuff. And then I saw the dreadful words here, layout is currently mute, and I was like, oh I can't do mute layouts. I just can't do them. I need to have the sound going on. So I've got to say, I didn't even play it. I could not bring myself to play a mute layout for Trailblazer. Impulse in particular were really good on samples. That they did some great sample packs on their machines. And even though this is a machine I really wanted to play again, I could not face playing it mute. And we've also got a comment down there which is... note, no cars were harmed in the making of this layout, which is a reference to Gambling Loeb's Part 3, because Trailblazer was one of the machines that absolutely fucked me on the drunken day of gambling despair, which resulted in me smashing my own car up with a rock. So nice little nod from We Are City there in that regard. And that was that. I mean, that was released last November. Never played it. Just couldn't bring myself to play it. There's the machine itself. Just couldn't bring myself to play it mute. However, just in the last few days, what has happened here is the sound ROMs have become available. Now, what's happened here is this fella here called Amot, real name I think Tony, who has recently introduced himself over at Desert Island Fruits. He's got a kind of like a treasure trove, a gold mine of machines in storage. And he's got a lot of ROMs in, sort of random ROMs in like drawers and bags and things. And what he's been doing is getting these ROMs dumped and posting them out over at Desert Island Fruits, and all the layout creators are going through the ROMs. Some of them we know what they are because we know the machine they've come out of, or they've got some little stickers on them that say what they are. Some of them are just like, I don't know what these are, but here you go, have a look at them. And in this hall of ROMs now, so huge thanks to this fella here, Amot, who is doing some incredible work with providing ROMs that up to now the scene has simply not found. So the sound ROMs for Trailblazer, up until this guy uploaded them to Desert Island Fruits, did not exist. So huge thanks to Amot for that. And We Are City, once these sound ROMs became available, he updated the layout. So we then got a version of the layout with sound ROMs, which he provided a new link to. And I did play it, so thank you to We Are City for that. I did play it in classic form, however, and that was great. I don't mind a classic. I don't mind a classic layout at all. He's done quite a nice job there of sort of capturing the feel of the real machine as well, and we've got proper reel strips. However, Tommy C announced that he was working on a DX, and that was released just a few days ago. So we've gone from having a mute classic, which, with the best will in the world, I just can't bring myself to play. We've gone from a mute classic to a Tommy C DX in no time at all, and we now have it running in the emulator with sound ROMs. I've got a lot of memories of this machine, not just because it was the one that fucked me before I then went and fucked my own car with rock. It was also a machine that I played a lot back in the day and actually kind of did okay out of. Well, with that notable exception, of course, but what I'm going to show you in the emulator here is how I used to play this in the wild. Now, I'm not saying this was any kind of method or trick, but it did seem to me, at least, to be better than just the standard issue impulse force. So we'll go into that in due course. The other one that I want to cover in this video is The Heat Is On by Project, and this was released over at Desert Island Fruits by Liam. Now, this is an old Project machine from, what we're going to say, 92, 93, something like that. Originally released on a £6 token jackpot. Liam there is kind of acknowledging himself that it's not ideal in that we're using the £8 token ROM, and the £6, the original £6 ROMs would be preferred. There is a possibility that they are out there somewhere. You can see that there might be a £6 ROM out there. However, Liam says himself here, and I agree with him, that as far as £8 upgrade goes, this is really one of the better ones. There were some £8 inverted commas upgrades that were fucking horrible. I think one that I've mentioned before on the channel, JPM's Indiana Jones, fuck me, that was a bad £8 upgrade. But some were better than others, and this really is absolutely one of the better ones. It doesn't feel too kind of skew-whiff compared to the £6 original. I have no problem playing this on an £8 jackpot. I've been playing it quite a bit. We're going to have a look at this in the emulator. These were great machines by Project. There were several of them at the time that were not clones, but they had a very similar profile. There was Fun on the Run, there was Chico the Bandit. They're the only two I can remember the names of, but there was a few of them around at the time. And whilst they weren't clones, they did have a similar profile. They all had a similar feel to them. And what they loved to do is go batshit on the repeaters. Now, they could do it on, I think Chico the Bandit was mainly a jackpot repeater, whereas Fun on the Run here, the idea is to get to the casino at the end and then you get a repeat chance on whatever is in the casino bank. So you can get there with like really weird amounts like £2.80 or something, but then it can just absolutely go off its tits repeating on that. So it's a great machine. This family of machines were brilliant. They were really entertaining to play. I have many, many memories of playing them back in the day and not doing too bad on them. I'm not sure if maybe these weren't as fuckable as other machines. That's kind of my thought, that maybe these were not as doable as many machines were at the time, because there were some machines that I really got quite wary of because I was so used to getting my ass kicked on them. But these ones, not to say that I always won on them, but I seem to do okay on this family of machines. So I wonder if Project managed to make them less fuckable than some others, or I just seem to get lucky on them. Either way, it's a great old machine. It's lovely to see it emulated, and Liam has done a fantastic job with a classic layout here. Even though this is a classic, he's done some nice work on sort of general layout, the graphics themselves. It just shows what you can do with a classic. You can really catch the feel of the real machine, even without a DX layout. Now, the hardware that this runs on is a tech called Proconn. And I thought, I'm not just saying this with the benefit of hindsight, I remember thinking, even at the time, that the tech felt a little bit clunky. Project had been using it for years and years, and they'd bolted bits onto it. So they'd bolted in some sound hardware at some point so that it could use a full sample pack. They've got this, well, it's not really a dot matrix display. They'd obviously put some extra hardware in there to drive this board, but it's not like a proper dot matrix display. And if you think of BFM machines like Cops and Robbers that were doing like proper graphics, they kind of got a shit version in these Project machines, where you can actually see there that it's almost just like individual character squares. So it couldn't do proper kind of dot matrix graphics as BFM were doing, as Barcrest did with that short-lived flirtation with the plasma tech. I've done videos about those, the Big Chief machine and a couple of others that use the plasma tech. You've got really, it's just a slightly glorified alpha numeric display, really. So, and the sample packs were small on these. I don't know if they didn't have that much room in the ROMs, but there weren't that many samples in there. But despite that, Project's kind of software, the game developers and software folks managed to do some very good stuff with not very much in the terms of tech, and they've managed to get not only a great playing machine here, but also some fab samples on it. So we're going to have a listen to the samples as well, because it's a really good sample pack on this. Two great machines here. Not to say that they are the best that have been released. There's so much stuff being released at Desert Island Fruits recently. I've just picked these two for this video because they did jump out at me. It's two machines that I very much remember playing, and to have Trailblazer now, not only with the sound ROMs but with the DX as well, is a particular treat. So I've been I can see me Bandicoot, I've been fucking gabbing here for 13 minutes. I haven't put a fucking credit in anything yet. So let's get going. I'll do Trailblazer first. Now, what I've done here, you can see there, I've got best part of 300 quid through it. We'll put it onto current session stats. Tommy C did release it with an autoplay profile, and he put a few quid through it as well. So it's actually in a pretty good state as you download it. I've just put a bit more money through it in autoplay myself. It's got a fair drift in its favour, so it should let us do what I want to do. So let's get some credits in. I can hear my speakers there are too loud, so we're going to be picking that up. Let's just turn it down. So we'll put a £5 in to start with. It's probably still a bit too loud. Let's turn that down, Degsy. Otherwise we're going to get some horrible fucking echo. So what I did on this, you can do a silly dumb force on this, which is what I did to start with. I remember when these first turned up round here, what I tended to do was just a straight impulse force. You can see there it's got a jackpot repeater at the top of the trail, and in fairness that did kind of work. You could get it out to the jackpot, and it did like to repeat. It liked to do 45 or a 60 when it was in the mood, but it could really, really cost to get to the top. And what I started doing in the end, that's probably not going to put us up, is it? What I started doing was playing for the hidden features. Well, I say hidden features, the key features. Can you see there on the board, we've got these key squares. If you get 3 keys, it unlocks like a barcode. So there's 6 different features to choose from. And one of them is particularly good. And I'll show you that in this video. So yes, by all means, you can just climb out for the jackpot repeater. That's fine. You get the standard issue impulse kind of sample, which is great jackpot sample, nice little light sequence. That'll work for you, but it was not the way I played this. Let's have some music. Okay, so let's move around the board, and what we're trying to do here is just get to the keys. So we can use that. I might go this way. Oh, we've got a really shit number to gamble on. It might let me get away with it. There we are. Ooh, so we've got a warp square here. If we can win this gamble, we've got a chance to get in there. Ah, well, it's put us on a feckin' 8. So I could go lower than an 8 to get the features, or I could try... I've got to get there to the... You know what? Fuck it. It's got a fair drift, and it probably wouldn't... Oh, there we are. We've admittedly, it did make fairly easy work of that, because it does need to pay something out. And what you can see there, I've got the 3 keys lit. Now, this board may well kill me off before I get to the jackpot repeater, but in my opinion, something better than the jackpot repeater is the one that there's 6 different features here. We'll have a look at more than one of them, but the one that I always went for was this one. 1, 2, 3, which is high-low cash. Now, this is not a high-low cash where you just get whatever you get up to. You can see there, it adds them up as you go. And when it's in the mood, it will go all the way to the top, which I think... I meant to make a mental note to work this out before I start the video, and I forgot. I think it's 63 quid. I think if it goes all the way to the top, it is 63 quid. I'll check that and put a graphic on the screen when I'm editing this together. And obviously it's going to have to credit break to do that. So we're still on the first credit at this point. I think is it 12 quid you get to on the first credit? Yeah, so that's 12 quid. So it's going to have to credit break now. If it wants to carry on, it's going to have to credit break. Ah, you miserable fucker. But that's the one to go for, in my opinion. Oh, straight back in. There we are. So, let's just see if it probably won't let us get away with that again.
Unbelievable!
Ah, such great samples. Oh, the no-lose. Well, I guess we'll go this way again. Maybe it'll... Sorry, I pressed the wrong... I went higher than a 9. That was wrong. It shouldn't matter, to be honest. In fact, what I'll try and do here...
I love you. Do you love me too?
Get the bank out, and then we'll be able to see what we're getting off each individual feature. Where's that going to put us to? Well, we should... I think we'll win the first gamble, so then we'll go this way. Well, we're going to have to go higher than a 4. Oh, you miserable fucker. So we'll collect that out. And then we've got a clear bank again. And we could climb out the jackpot repeater as well. I mean, we could have a look at the other features. It's just that the high-low cash is the one to collect. In fact, what we'll do, we'll try and get the keys again. And I'll collect one of the other features. You saw what high-low cash was there. It can go, it does like to do a credit break, and it will, on a very rare occasion, it'll go all the way to the top. So we got a bonus there, so that's a bit of a useless change number. Let's see if we can get another key feature. Oh, that's a shit-ass number, isn't it? Probably. See, I've not really put myself in much of a better position. It's an utter fucker. And it always felt to me like a nasty one to force out this compared to some other impulses. It would do it, and if you ploughed enough money into it, it would let you get there. But as per Gambling Low Edge Part 3, I think on that occasion, I just made the decision to try and force it out for the jackpot repeater, and it did not go well for me. So, there we are. There are keyboard shortcuts for it. I don't know why I'm clicking on these, because there are keyboard shortcuts for everything. Higher than a 5. That's probably not going to go very well, is it? See there, it's really, really harsh. Very harsh. But it's got some fierce drift in its favour, so it should be letting us back in. Should be letting... we get a bonus there. Boost doesn't like to put you in. Yeah, there we are. Put some more credits in. Should be able to win on this. We should be able to win a few quid on this, because it's due to pay. Boost, that's probably not going to do it.
Extreme!
Right, hold after nudges on strawberries. No. Go for the bonuses are a fairly. They added better bonuses in later on Impulse, because you got the skill stop and things like that. So we'll go for the win there. So that'll put us up a couple of spaces. Oh, look, invincible board. Well, you know what? Fuck it. Shall we have the jackpot repeater? It's done a flash for us, so we can't lose. Don't matter. We can. Shall we have? Let's have the jackpot repeater. We may as well. Since we've got an invincible board, let's just climb out. It could hold on to the flash for a very, very long time. By the way, it really could be a fucker about it. But let's have the fantastic Impulse jackpot sequence. Here we go. Right, let's have it. This should be ready for a repeat. Come on. Yeah. Yes. There we go. Could do another one. It did like to do a jackpot repeater, so I have to put some credits in. Could do another here. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Very nice. Very nice. 60. It's unlikely, but oh, finito. Could he do a 60 off the jackpot repeater? I think it could. I think it could, because with high-low cash being able to go up right to the top, which is like 63 quid or whatever it was. That's probably it now. So I've not really showed you much in the way of the key features there, but that was the way I used to play these. I used to go for the key features. All the others, they're all jackpot capable, by the way. You've got a feature there. They're basically, they are pretty good sort of hidden features. And they can all do a jackpot. There's a skill stop in there, which is fairly easy. You can slow it down with cancel. That'll take you out to 15 quid. There's like a minesweeper thing where, a little bit like Path of Riches on Indiana Jones, where if you can, there's always a route that you can find. You get like 3 or 4 seconds to memorise it if you can get the right way to the top on that. There's a win series in there and that kind of thing. So they're all pretty good features, and they're all very much jackpot capable. The problem with them is that most of them just take you out to the £15 at the top there, whereas the thing with the high-low cash, obviously, is that it can go past us. We're a bit fucked here, aren't we? We've got an extra life, so I always went for high-low cash. That was the one, because it can just give you whatever it wants off that. 5 win spins. Not, if we can get to cash attack, we might collect that. Oh, shall we have a look at cash attack? I can't remember what cash attack is. Strike 10, by the way. That's a jackpot feature. Strike 10. It's just you've got to stop a 10 in the window. I think you can slow it down with cancel. Again, though, the problem with it is that you just get £15. It's a £15 non-repeater, and you're only one gamble away from the jackpot repeater. Let's take cash attack. Oh, fucking. I can't even fucking see that. Where is it? Hang on. Can I even? I'm not even sure I can get eyes on that. Oh, is that it? Batman and me at skill stopped. There we go. There we are.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's... I forgot it did that. So that's £8, isn't it, if it gives us a bonus win?
Yeah!
Alright, okay. Oh, so it certainly didn't do a credit break there, but we've got a nice little bank on the go. So... Oh, it's still giving us wins. Let's just see if we can get... Oh, super holds looking... Oh, no, of course it does a fucking... It does a respin, doesn't it? We had jackpot just below the win. That's got premature excitement there. Change numbers. Well, we're not looking very good here, are we? Oh, change number and to death. That's a bit sly, isn't it?
Extreme.
Okay, we'll have 160. It's still giving us a win, but let's just get one more. What can we get to it? It's my knackers here. Oh yeah, I think it's had it, folks. I think that's it. Well, we did all right there, didn't we? As predicted from a pretty generous RAM file there. Have a play around with it yourself is the thing to do. Like I say, I just played for the keys. There are 6 features to choose from, but I always settled on high-low cash. That was the way to go. It always went. I think it always went to £12, and then it would do the credit breaks to climb further up than that if it wanted to. So that's kind of one of my Fruit Machine emulations most wanted there, I would say. To get Trailblazer with the sound ROMs was enough in a way, but to have the Tommy C DX as well really was the icing on the cake. So I've put a fair few quid on that through that one since it was released. So thank you to everyone who made that happen, and of course to Wizard himself for the emulator, because we'd be playing none of these fucking things were it not for him. So let's move on to The Heat Is On by Project Coin. Now, there's nothing specific on this. I've got no methods or tricks or anything like that. I just think it is a fantastic old AWP. I'm going to let the samples play through on this one as well. It's got a great sample pack. So there we are. That's Axel F, that, isn't it? Oh, and then we can do hit start for a still. Not that we really need to. And you can see the problem here is that the exchange is 3 gambles away, so not really fancying our chances of making that, if I'm honest with you. Oh, we should make it. Tight fucking winning on all those sketchy numbers, and then it mugs me on a fucking 2. No need for that, is there? So what we're going to do here is we're just going to try and get on the board and see if we... Oh, I should have held them. See if we can get to the casino at the end. It has been released on a pretty generous, to be honest, pretty generous 90%. I've left it on 90%. It's not really realistic. You would never... Oh, here we are. You never find one of these in 90% in the wild, but it does give a good game. And I'm not like the previous video where I was trying to demonstrate the street New York, and it being on a high percentage spoiled it. Sample. I think they didn't have much room in the ROM, so there's not a huge number of samples in there, but they are all good ones. Oh, got Interpol after us, so we're just going to have to try and dodge the take chance. So he's going to come chasing after us now. You can do like 50 ricks on the trot, that's the problem. Nudge pot 6. We don't care. We want to look at the casino. There's only £1. It's got like a £1.20 repeater at the minute. Is he gonna... Fuck. We've been caught, I'm afraid. That's us. We're done for. We're finished. See what I mean? There's not really much. I don't think they can actually do proper graphics on these. I think it's just like a character set, and that they can just put like individual symbols in there. It's not like a proper... You don't see proper graphics going on. It is, like I said, it is set to 90% this, but I've kind of got it banged on percentage. That's the thing. So it hasn't really got much of a drift in its favour. So can't... Oh, On a good day, this will just do straight. It can do go to casino, and you wouldn't get the 20p. What it can do is when you get to the casino. Oh dear. Oh, we made it. We made it through customs. It can give you a bonus when you get to the casino. What it'll usually do is, it'll boost it up to either 4 quid or 8 quid when you get there. I want to try not to land on take a chance there because that could kill us. Casino bank again is shite. We sneak past Snake. 220. Is he going to give us a bonus? No, it's going to say it's 220 repeater. Oh, let's just see if it wants to repeat. Oh, that's it. As soon as you hear that sample, and I remember you'd watch that on the real machine when it would give you the repeat, or you know it's not going to give you a repeat. If you hear that sample and the flash of the lights, that's it. And that was just a straight £2.20, which is a bit of a disappointing top. And of course, I was ragging New York the other week for doing the same thing, for letting you get to the top and giving far less than jackpot value. But the thing with this is you always get a repeat chance, and that was about as bad as it gets, to be honest. To get a non-repeating, £2.20 was, oh fuck. We got through again. Let's just see if we can get a decent. So we're up to 280 in there already. 360, 480, so that's looking better. We've got Interpol on our trail though now. Oh dear, here he comes. Feck off. Ah! Bit harsh. They could. This is the thing with these. They could go proper nuts up at the top. They could do like straight repeaters for like 40 or 50 quid. They really did have a big streaker. That's hold after nudges. The problem with that, of course, is that for a big streak, there has to be a big take potential. And I do remember getting some kick-ins from these back in the day. Even though overall, I kind of felt that I did better on these than other machines. Oh dear. Well, we're doing quite well on the customs here. They did dish out a few kick-ins to me as well. Add to casino, which is good. So you see the casino bank will increase there. Oh yeah, you've got to do it. Another fant. I maybe should have had that one there. So you can see there it's moving in characters, you know, like character spaces, one kind of character at a time, unlike your dot matrix displays on big. Oh, I didn't press anything there. It just got. Well, I should have taken it right at the start, shouldn't I? That was about. Still, it's building up. 540. Okay, well, we should get there. I think it's only the bouncer that can get us now. Oh, 760. Is it going to... Well, 760 plus. That's a strange amount, isn't it? Come on, let's get a repeat. Oh, and that should be... I think it should just be another 760 now, shouldn't it? Yep, there we are, 760. Come on, let's have some more. Oh, it was basically a jackpot repeat. What a strange amount to let. You'd think, really. You'd just... I'm not going to hold for that. You'd think, really, well, £7.60 will give you 8 quid plus repeat chance, but no. £7.60 was what it wanted. That's a bad number. Oh, we've got the exchange. We have got the exchange available to us, so let's just see. And we'll get going around the board. One thing that you can collect, by the way, can you see here as I'm... Oh, fuck me. Is it going to... We need a bonus there, don't we? There we are. Bonus. It should boost us up to 4 quid. So we've now got a £4 repeater. So that would be a cash repeater. Can we get a repeat? No, we can't. It kind of to be expected. It hasn't really got much of a drift in its favour. Yeah, what was I saying? Yes, if you see here, this kind of... We'll collect that out. See this kind of feature bank here? What happens is, as you go around the board, every feature that you land on is added to this feature bank. And if you land on that square there, fun in the sun, you then take all the features that you've built into the feature bank. So that can be worth collecting if you get it. And you can hit it off the mystery as well. But obviously it's less good if you've only got like, 1 or 2 features in there. But if you've got a decent stash of features, fun in the sun can be a valid take as well. Well, that was hold after nudges, wasn't it? We've got to gamble up to 240. I'm not really fancying this one. Oh, we want more gamble. Come on. See, it lets you in the dodgy gambles. There isn't 8. No, so... Well, fucking hell, the exchange up at £3 now. And it didn't even know. It wasn't having that one, was it? Let's just have it. Let's play it out for another feature then. Do I want to hold it? Well, yeah, it gives an X. Well, there we are. So, oh, only 2 gambles required now. That should win. Come on. Cinnabad is probably actually over percentage now. Even on 90, it's going to be over 90% now. So it's probably not going to be in the best of moods with us. But we'll just take it out for another feature. I can play. I've played this quite a bit as it is. Such a great old machine, this one. It's really been a pig on these gambles, isn't it? Even on the £8 upgrade, I'm not usually a fan of them, but Project actually did a very good job on the £8 upgrade for this machine, and it doesn't lose much of the feeling of the original £6 jackpot version. God, we're due to get fucked by that customs, but we keep getting away with it. So you can see there, so what's going to happen now is Beachcomber will be out. If we can land on Fun in the Sun, I will actually collect it, just so you can see how it works. So we've got, are we going to land it? We need a 1 to add, 8 nudge, I don't care, I'm going to go for the... Oh! We haven't got a membership card, we need to have a gold. See there, you can land on the gold card. You can get it off the mystery as well, and the bouncer's not having it, I'm afraid. We got 7s, that's fine. Well, no, it does. No, not having it either. A huge amount of playability in these far more so than the £1,700 stuff. It's nice to have it emulated. It's nice to have it there, but I can play this machine in a way. Oh, see, now we've got the gold card. I can play this machine in a way that I can't play the £100 and the £70, which for me there's just no real interest to them unless they've got. So that's going to take us. All right, so now we can't land on Stakeout. They just don't have the entertainment value that these older machines have. Oh, so we've got Interpol on us now. So he'll have his 27 throws now, probably. Okay, fuck off, William. Right. Oh no! That's dead. We have been caught by Interpol. That's the end of that. Game is indeed up. Oh, we'll have another. See, I'm getting quite into it. We'll have another feature. Oh, we've got the exchange already. Now, there's no point risking the gamble because I've been playing this game quite a bit, and it will fuck you on that if it wants to. It will just kill you on that. There's just nothing to be gained from go. Once the exchange is active, just go for the exchange. There's really no point in gambling further. Oh, that's just a single feature. That's basically a collect prize. So let's have a feature. Oh, that's the worst one as well. Oh, I'm not. That is. It just does give you whatever it hits on, but it goes a little bit too fast for my old reactions, I'm afraid. We'll have one more feature. My primary advice on this would be obviously to download it and play it for yourself and enjoy the machine for yourself. We've got an exchange activated. But as soon as I saw this was another one that I was delighted to see. Which is kind of why I've picked these 2 machines for this video. They're just 2 machines that I was super excited to be able to play again. Oh, shall we have that? We know it got a bit bored last time, didn't we? So let's add that in. So the casino's looking... I will collect Fun on the Sun if we land on it. Oh, 5 for another weird amount. Unless it wants to give us... No, £5.40 plus repeat chance this time. Strange figures. Oh, yes, okay, there we are. Another £5.40. We don't want the sample. Oh, we can't get... We're not... To be honest with you, we're not going to get it. It just hasn't saved up enough value. Take it from me, that repeater can go mental when it wants to. I am talking 40, 50 quid plus. Crazy when it wants it, and it'll just do it. Repeat. Remember the first time it happened to me in the wild back in the day? Me and me mates there thinking that the machine was broken. You know, you've just never seen a repeater go as nuts as this one did. It was quite something when it happened. Sometimes it would leave you with a huge amount of tokens, which could be problematic, but it was very... we'll have one more board. I can just keep playing these, but we'll have one last board. But we did just get a repeater on the last one, didn't we? So we got a tenner off the last board. So it's probably not going to be in the mood again. No. And we'll just put another pound in, see if that holds again, which it hasn't. Nothing doing there. So you can see here, it can take a few quid for a board. In fact, let's just take it out to the next board. But as you can see, this has taken a fair few pounds for this board now, hasn't it? What's this? 7, 8 quid for a board? Something like that. No, is it going to put us on a board with these credits? No, it must be. What's that about? Best part of a tenner for a board. Oh, well, 3 hole that cost, didn't it? Let's just see what we can get off this. We've got our gold card, which is something, so that means that the bouncer can't get us. Oh, for fuck's sake. That was rather harsh, wasn't it? So that was, I want to say, the best part of a tenner there for a board, which basically didn't give us much of a chance to collect anything. Let's just see if the next board can be a little bit kinder. And then I'll wrap this one up, because I realise it's just me playing a machine on video at this point, which is not exactly Spielbergian levels of entertainment crafting, is it? We don't need to... So you can press start, we don't need to do that. Oh, well, fuck it. Should we get super ambitious? It can do a hold. After not just... God, this is an expensive... we had one shit board. There we are. Let's just see if we can get on here. Oh, well, on a 12, of course. There's no reason not to gamble on a 12. Now we'll exchange over. Do we getting something off this? In fact, in a way, you're probably better off exchanging as early as possible, aren't you? Oh, no, collect prize, and that's going to be £2.40, isn't it? If you fuck it up, I'll just show you. If you fuck it up, it will tell you that it can be, so you can't go wrong with the nudges. It'll do it for you if you get it wrong. Right, we'll just play out these credits here, and then I'll wrap this one up. But a very entertaining machine, one that I would recommend that you give a go. It'll, in terms of entertainment factor, it'll show a clean pair of heels to any £100, put it that way. Right, let's just see if we can get one more feature. Are we going to win on a 5? We are going to win on a 5. Okay, let's exchange in. Okay. Yeah, you do want to get in as soon as possible, don't you? I shouldn't have... Yeah. Oh, now there, we've landed on Fun in the Sun. But we've only got one fecking feature in the bank, so fuck that. We're going to go bollocks. Maybe I should... It's in a bad mood now. I think it's actually, if anything, it's going to be slightly over percentage. So that's a bollocks there. So we'll collect that. So there you go. 2 fantastic machines there. That's not... There's been loads of releases. There's been loads of releases over at Desert Island Fruits recently. So the only thing I can really suggest for you... it's been really super busy. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Tommy C's just re-released Wipeout even. Lots of good stuff, and you see there all some recent releases there. So as ever, the best advice I can give you folks is get over to Desert Island Fruits and have a look. I would particularly recommend these two, but of course these are quite nostalgic machines for me, because I've got plenty of memories of playing both of them, so they leapt out at me. But I'm sure if you have a look over there, there'll be something that will take your fancy as well. Thank you very much to Liam, of course, for that one, and indeed, as ever, everyone who has helped to make these layouts possible so that we can play them on our PCs. And, of course, to Wizard for the emulator. So there we are. I'll wrap this one up here. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will catch up with you next time. But for now, it is goodbye.